Dumelang ko gae, re a le amogela gape mo Rise. School days and actually being a child in general should be the best times of our lives. But for the majority of children in South Africa, this is not the case. Kajeno re bua ka school challenges, and as usual, I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Dumelang.
Hello, hello, hello.
The challenges, Alona, did you have any, first of all? And if you did, what were the challenges selling hore lona hanele ya skolong? And ki waka skolo sele sa rona nele sa 8 to standard 12. Ke tsoro ka dinako tsa lona neleng.
Yeah.
Grade 1.
Skolo second ke se tsena ha ke etsa primary was a farm school. Bekungena transport yokufika lapha ya but bekunama truck lamakhulu bathi ngama payloads because bewandlula lapho aya ngase Hartebees. And I mean it could take anything between 3 to 4 hours standing in the sun before you got a lift.
My biggest challenge was always trying to sort of assert myself, like understanding how to do better. I sort of had to put my black in a box, you know, in order to excel in school.
Okay, and then when ka pelenyana khanyi?
Nna ne ke nna khakala sekolo le ko toropong, so bese ne tla phakela maybe ka bo ma 5 ne ke santse ke nne ko bus stop, so it was always a mission.
Okay, nna ne ke kena sekolo sa private ile se le ko Makhweng, ne? Tshwantse ke kena ko number 54. And number 54 ile ya Makgowa. So I didn't know until that morning because the bus driver at the time, who were either white or colored or Indian, were the ones who could decide whether a black person could get on the bus or not. Wow. So hanka mesa ya ntate wa mo India wa 7:30 awa khona go fitle fela yala. Le gale our team went to Mpumalanga and spent a morning with a 14-year-old Nomfundo Khumalo from Delmas who wakes up at 4:30 every morning to get ready with her younger sibling for her 2-hour journey to school. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Nomfundo Miranda Khumalo. I'm 14 years old and welcome to my life. My morning routine is that I wake up at 4:30, take a bath and make breakfast for me and my brother. I have to be at school by 7:45 and I have a maths test, so I'm so nervous.
Ngonomfundo ngizizwa proud kakhulu ngaye. Kona kunzima ukuthi afikelele esikolweni mara yena etincwadini takhe uyafunda kakhulu.
So I play a role yokuthi every day or ngithi makangena ama night shift I'll be checking around and seeing ukuthi abantwana ba right nokuthi everything is okay. Sometimes baya oversleep they can't wake up. Angifonele yena semsebenzini and call me ukuthi go and check ukuthi bavuke and tell them ukuthi isikhathi sokuthi bavuke.
Hey, into le ngiphatha kabuhlungu kakhulu iyangistressa vele ngoba mawucabanga ukuthi mangisemsebenzini ngapha fuze ngazi ukuthi fuze ngenze sure ukuthi ngiba ne-airtime check ukuthi ufikile endlini ufike ngesikhathi uhambe njani mhlambe liyani izulu or in ngoba sometimes kuba nesikhathi sokuthi baya hike nalaba hamba khona akukho safe izinto ezinjalo kahle kahle.
So sengifikile esikoleni, I'm like 15 to 20 minutes late and I'm going to write a test just now, so wish me luck.
Nomfundo is just one of almost 2 million children that walk more than 3 kilometers to get to school every day. What's striking about the insert is the optimism of children. Nomfundo doesn't seem to let the circumstance of her life get her down. You know, what was very striking for me in the insert is just what she even had to do before she got to school, which was help the young brother, you know, get prepared and go to school. So a lot of these young children are parenting themselves because parents cannot be there. I mean, the mother is working, has to rely on neighbors to wake up the children.
I felt a little sad because particularly for young black girls, dilo ga di tshwane for rona. First of all, expectation ya ko gae gore mosana ke ena tshwantseng gore a clean a fepeng a etseng. So while re letlela basimane gore ba tshameke go strateng mosana is more the mother, even when the boys tshwantse ba ka itsela maikarabelo amang mo bona. The second thing is exactly what you say, the determination that regardless wa tsoga Nomfundo. You know, in more developed countries and in Western countries, bothata ba bona ke gore bana ga ba batle go ya sekolong ba rona bana ba rata go ya sekolong bothata ke gore ba tshwanetse go lwanela go ya sekolong and that is not right. Mmuso o tlhola re bolela gore ke tetla ga se selo se tshwantseng gore se fete motho education ke tetla thuto ke tetla mme ke tetla e jang e leng gore o tshwanetse gore o e lwanele.
The one question I then have, ke taba ya gore, even when we are looking at school results, you know, let's matric, we are actually not comparing apples with apples. Because o ilo ngwala test. Do you understand? Go na le ngwana o e leng gore yena a tshwantsa ilo ngwala test o dropilwe ka koloi or o tsamaile ka taxi. She's got to walk a long distance to get to school.
There are problems from kontlong ebe o fihla sekolong, right? But there are also school challenges. Right? And then I mean, there are schools more than the toilet. You know, there's no electricity. You know, maids they can't get access to water. There's not a bana abakiri dijo ko sekolong or there's no way they can buy food abakgone le go tshwara dilo from kontlong le go fitla ko sekolong gore ba kena sekolo ba tshwere ke tlala. And how is one expected to learn under those conditions?
Never mind the fact that sometimes go ya ko sekolong ko o kopana le batho ba ileng gore ga ba shapo and make it very difficult for you to go to school. Morago ga papatso re bua le Trevor Mulaudzi, a former geologist whose life changed in 1996 when he met a group of young girls who were not going to school. You want to find out the answer.
Rale amogela gape. Our next guest has helped communities reclaim their schools. His organization, The Clean Shop, worked with parents, teachers, and learners to create sustainably clean schools in South Africa. Lebule Khanyi are joined by Trevor Mulaudzi on the couch. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Nico. Welcome to the show, Ntate Trevor. Before we talk about your work, I just wanted to provide some context of the scale of the infrastructure challenges that our education faces. So over 3,000 schools have no electricity supply. Over 2,000 schools have no water supply. Over 11,000 schools still use the pit latrine. Tell us a little bit about the time in 1996 where you met a group of young girls or young students who had not gone to school and what started your project.
Well, I was just going around doing my work. I was working for a mining company in Carltonville. So I went into Kutsong Township, going to look for another area where we can start a new mine. Then I just saw a lot of kids in the street. They were from a local high school there. And I found it very funny that it was 10, but there were so many of them in the street. So I decided to go and tell them to go back to school. That's all I did. So they were not very polite with me. They didn't know me. Some boys were very rude. Then I threatened them. Yes, I told them, you don't know me.
Yeah.
I'm the general in the army. I'm the chief of the army.
Yo.
I can call police now.
Yo.
And you'll be locked up. You want a very young girl, about 10 or 12, I can't remember, got very frightened. She said, I am going back to school now, sir, but I need to go and pee first. I said, in the school there are toilets. She said, there is my school. Just go and, if you can use those toilets, I'll use them, but they are not fit to be used by a normal human being. That's how she answered me. So I said, where are you going for toilet? She showed me a shebeen. She said, that's where we pee. The toilet in the shebeen is cleaner than the toilet in our school.
Sure.
So I said, okay. I went into that school. I couldn't believe what I saw. It was very scary. There was a poo everywhere. On the floors, in the hand bases. I'm talking about stacks this much on the floors, where the children had put bricks to try and walk on, to try and find another corner which looks dry, and squat there, because you couldn't sit on the toilet seat.
And how does this affect the children's schooling when, you know, something like as basic as a toilet is so messed up and it cannot be used?
It's very dangerous.
Yeah.
It is just, it's a criminal
Yeah.
activity to allow children to stay at school where the toilets don't work,
Yeah.
which are dirty. It's just not fair.
Yeah.
I always tell teachers, I say, it's like when your child soils the nappy and you just ignore the child for the whole day without changing the child. Then the child gets blisters and all that.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what is happening at school. Our kids don't go to the toilets when they're at school.
Yeah.
They hold on.
Until we fitla ko gae,
And the danger is that they even avoid drinking water.
Yeah.
because it's also contaminated.
Then they become dehydrated.
So how is mosebetsi, or how do you understand what changes it around? What can other schools do to bring about that change?
The show of love
Okay.
and care. First, to try and win over the confidence of the principal, the headmaster. But we love working with the lady principals.
Okay.
Yes,
The principal,
they understand children.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how many schools is this? How many schools do you work with?
I've done more than 200 schools since I started.
More than 200 since you
And
started.
many other big places like the mines and the hospitals and prisons.
Yeah. But hano ka tlhalosa fela bonnyane, practically, what changes it around? So let's say you walk into a school, that's the situation.
Yeah, because I said I loved school, so I'm also a very good teacher.
All right, good.
Yes, yes.
And what are the things you must teach?
I teach people that personal hygiene is rule number one. I always use a statement which is very simple. The challenge is protect my health and the environment. I can't protect the environment if I can't protect my health first.
Okay.
So I make that very clear. And also I show the dangers of unhealthy places, how you transmit germs. Then I get a buy-in from parents. I call parents to come to school and tour their own children's toilets. They are always shocked. And I get very interested when I see mothers volunteering to clean immediately.
Sure.
They just want to be trained on how to do it because it's not a safe job.
Okay. I like this whole thing, yeah, parental involvement.
Of
Yes,
course.
because I hear that also. You call yourself Professor Pooh. That's very interesting.
Normally they call me Dr. Shit.
The doctor.
I stay shit wherever I go.
You stay shit wherever you go.
Yeah. And literally speaking, that's what I do for a living.
That's what you do for a living.
Yeah,
you stay
move
shit.
it out of the way.
Yeah.
But it stands for something else.
Okay.
It stands for School Hygiene Improvement Teams.
Oh, nice.
SHIT. The children are the ones who put DR behind. They said you are the best
nickname.
doctor.
Yeah.
You even clean us and even give us toilet paper and
Yeah.
teach us to wash hands,
Yeah.
things like
Mari,
that.
isn't that also about restoring dignity, though? Because her environment, ya gago e le skono, you almost get this instant, boost in your confidence. Gore, I can be proud of my school because go skono.
The other danger we face as black people, I don't want to be a racist, but I have to say this. We don't read.
Okay.
So there are so many documents written about these challenges. You read, the answers are there.
All right.
Yeah.
For example, I've got a document here. that-
Please, Papa, can we see everything? Actually, you
Yeah,
brought
this-
quite a
this-
lovely stuff.
This is a book. It's called The African School Toilet and Sanitation Dialogue. I'm
And
saying,
Sena?
let's talk about school toilets. It has got how we win schools over.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
This-
African School and Sanitation Dialogue.
And there in the corner, it says, people at odds with themselves will always be at odds with the environment also.
Powerful statement.
Papa, unfortunately, we have to close yaanong ka gore nako ya re feta, mare thank you so much for the work that you do. Now inspirerile e le tota, and I hope that you will inspire more people to do more changes mo di community tsa rona. We'll be right back after the break. Le se ke la tsamaya.
Re a le amogela gape.
I really liked how Trevor linked the matter of hygiene to education. Why are teachers so disengaged with the hygiene at their schools?
Well, because they're using different toilets for one.
Oh.
That's why they didn't know. Like, how bua gona no are matisere na ha ba botsa bara o ganto go berega ka lokala ke gona ba bona because I can matisere are allowed and thank goodness for that. But the toilet is private. So of course they're not going to know what's going on. And toilets are very, very important. Imagine usa khono go itusa at any time during the day because either go hlukumeziwa ke bashimane kapa go tletse makaka everywhere go lenteng ga go khone
Then how do you focus in class?
Exactly.
You know?
That's what I can't imagine. For having such a poor learning environment, how on earth do you focus koskolong? I mean, really?
Instances, it's not only the fact that teachers they are not interested or are disengaged. You know, sometimes in these communities, I mean, you know, we do a Soul Buddies Club program. Primary school from the ages of 8 to 14. And they also did in the clubs a renovation at the toilet. But the problem was that in that particular school, it was in a community where the toilet ka freitaga ka satrataga gona le basimane ba batlatlang ba utswe monyako ba utswe tepo ba utswe everything. So how do we begin? It wasn't even for that. In that community, it was also to sell them for drugs. You know, so I don't think in a school environment you can isolate skolo from the community. And that is why the solution cannot be about, is it the role of the teachers? Is it the role of the parents? It's how do we look at these schools as resources? So sometimes I'll address a problem, you must address so many other problems that you contribute to that problem.
We do not care about our old schools. I guess it's because we consider apartheid na, maar educated. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for those same schools. So what do? And I'll tell you just on a personal level. I go to my old school, Emelang Lower Primary School, and I help them with the fundraising. I bought them a fax, a copy machine. If there's little things here that are needed here and there, that's what we have to do.
The challenges you know, bana ba ba santseng ba le ko dikolong tse di poorly resourced are from poor families. And infrastructure in our communities has been breaking down for a very long time. That is why it's almost like you need a community response. Like a community and really rebuild some of these structures, you know, and I think that is the issue.
It's as long as I'm okay, as long as I'm doing well. People also want to get away from their past. Ga se batho ba botle ba ba tlhompang past ya bone gore we tsekeng eng kgodisitse or skolo se se nrutile. They like, okay, nna I'm successful. Ke la le tšhelete ena, ke kreile se ke se batlang. Ga ke kgatalo re ba le ba re.
It's difficult go kena skolo and your library is understocked. Or the textbook.
If you have a library at all.
You know,
because some of them
still, even if there is no library, but then the textbooks are defeat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know the problem
there's no
with
access to textbooks. Yes, the environment is also important. That's one thing. But if it's not, you can't stop the schooling process. You still have to be in class. You still have to learn something. But then there are obstacles where there's no access to textbooks.
Yeah. But as much as we are talking about individuals, we must also ask ourselves about the role of big business in supporting particularly poor communities. Because big brand shops and I wish government could make it a rule for how about it's a business or understand as much as they are also facing other challenges. And I must say there's foundations, there's other people and also I mean there are schools, there are no fee paying schools provide a dijo. So many different partners, you know, to work together. For an example, every month, they don't have the towel. I think it's a very simple thing for big business to be saying, a brand the pads or sanitary towels, so much money will be contributed, you know, towards making them available. The
Rise Women's Clubs,
well, in our experience, for an example, Soul Buddies Club, which has run much longer than Rise Women's Clubs, re leka gore bana ga bana le di-ideas ga ba kgonne go fundraiser half ya tšhelete ya dilo tse ba di tlhokang re ba fundraise re ba fe match that money rent by rent. But we've also partnered with other organizations tse di tshwanang le bo Nelson Mandela Foundation e leng gore yona e ntse e fana ka di-mobile libraries tse leng gore di beiwa mo dikolong. And that is why ke le ka go tlhalosa gore what you actually need is to make sure that different players come together. Wa utlwisisa ne go na le di-organization tse leng gore for an example they do soccer pitches ko dikolong. So ke nagana gore mo South Africa bothata ba rona it's not a lack of money, it's not a lack of initiative. Ka nako e nngwe ke taba fela ya gore re kopanye some of these initiatives together and prioritize these communities tse di leng teng.
Yeah, I think definitely. Hey, we buile monate fela ya. E bile nka se senye ka di comments tse ding gape ke le leboga kaofela my co-host re le leboga le lona ko gae, and let's all go out there and find ways to make a difference for a better future for South Africa's children. Remember to share your thoughts on this program and anything else that you'd like to talk to us about on Twitter, Mixit, and Facebook. Good evening. We'll see you again next week. Woof, woof.